The psychology of borrowed lives. Sometimes, we wake up and feel like strangers in our own lives. We walk, we work, we smile, yet somewhere deep inside, a quiet voice asks, "Whose life is this? Is it really mine?" Philosophers have long spoken of this disquiet. Jean-Paul Sartre called it bad faith, when we live by society's script instead of our own. Psychologists today call it inauthentic living. But no matter the name, the feeling is the same. A silent ache, as if our soul is borrowing someone else's story. The psychology of borrowed lives. From childhood, we are handed invisible maps. Parents say, "Study this, choose that, marry here, work there." Society whispers, "Success looks like this, happiness looks like that." And so we follow. Not because we want to, but because it feels safer than asking, "Who am I really?" Psychologists speak of the social self, the mask we wear to fit expectations. Carl Jung warned, "The most terrifying thing is to accept oneself completely." Why terrifying? Because to live your own life means you must first unmask yourself. Neuroscience adds another layer. Our brains are designed for repetition. When we do the same tasks daily, wake, commute, work, eat, sleep, the brain builds shortcuts, turning life into routine, routine into autopilot. Days blur, months vanish, and suddenly, we wonder, did I choose any of this, or did it choose me? The philosopher Kierkegaard called this the despair of possibility, the agony of realizing we could have lived differently. The metaphor of the puppet. A puppet on strings, moving gracefully but not freely. Imagine a puppet, its strings pulled by unseen hands. Every step, every smile, every gesture belongs not to the puppet but to the puppeteer. This is how borrowed living feels. At first, it is comforting. No choices, no risks, just follow the tug of the strings. But one day, the puppet looks in the mirror and sees not wooden eyes, but a living soul staring back. It realizes, I was not born to dance on someone else's strings. Existential psychology calls this awakening individuation, the process of cutting away illusions, one string at a time. Society's approval, snip. Fear of failure, snip. Comparison with others, snip. At first, the puppet stumbles, legs shaky, the world laughing. Why don't you move like us? Why break the rhythm? But in the stumble lies freedom. Each fall is a step towards writing one's own choreography, returning to the self. A person walking alone at dawn, notebook in hand. Living your own life does not mean rebellion for rebellion's sake. It means pausing long enough to ask, what makes my heart sing? What gives my days meaning? Research shows people who live authentically, not perfectly, but honestly, report greater resilience, deeper joy, and even longer lives. Why? Because alignment between desire and action creates harmony within the self. Think of it as music. When you play someone else's notes, you may produce sound, but the melody feels hollow. When you play your own tune, even if clumsy, even if slow, your soul vibrates in resonance. The poet Rilke once wrote, "Go into yourself. Dig into the depths where your life wells forth." It is here, in the depths of self-discovery, that we reclaim our stolen lives. Closing. Sunrise over the ocean, waves rolling gently. So ask yourself, am I living a story written for me, or am I writing my own? Life is too brief to be a shadow, too precious to be a borrowed script. Every choice, every step, every breath is an opportunity to claim authorship. Perhaps the truest courage is not in living loudly, but in living authentically. Not in being everything for others, but in being wholly, unashamedly yourself. And when, one day, you look back at the pages of your life, may you whisper, with quiet pride, "This story was mine."